Today we're going to discuss the Zohar, and it's going to tell us about Abraham Avinu. Today is October the 28th, 2012. We're continuing with our Zohar classes at the Yechiel Foundation. And I can tell you, we have some 3 months of classes left to finish Bereshit. When we finish Bereshit, we'll have a special class with lots of food and drink, refreshments, a great feast. Because when you finish an important study chapter, you have to celebrate. And then the last class that we'll have, once we finish Bereshit, each of you will give the class. You'll write a report about what has had the most impact on you from Bereshit. Each of you will have some impact on what we've been talking about the past year or more than a year. And so, after every parashah, we'll have a great feast. And each one will talk about what they've taken away as the essence of all the classes on that parashah. It's good for the teacher to be the student of his students from time to time. The Zohar tells us about Abraham and tells us that he represents the Sefirah Chesed. The Sefirah Chesed is like a hinge between the spiritual world, known as Atzilut, and the world of below, called Zeir Anpin and Malchut. It is the great hinge. And what the Zohar gives us on this Sefirah Chesed, it tells us that all of the imperfect spirits, thanks to the Sefirah, will be perfected. So imperfection is transformed into perfection. There we learn that God does not wish to destroy evil. He wants the evil to become good people, that they change their ways of thinking and acting. The true victory is not to destroy evil, but to turn evil into good. The Zohar tells us, thanks to this Sefirah, which joins the part of above with that of below, and thanks to this union, all the decrees of rigor are eliminated. And then the will of our Creator, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, is manifested in the world of below. This, which I'm telling you now, and which seems so obvious, is the basis for the meditation we'll do later. And it is very deep. So I'll repeat it. Abraham, who was the first prophet to discover God as a monotheist, is the one who makes the union between the world of above and that of below, just like the union can be made between clouds which turn into rain and the earth which is fertilized thanks to the rain. If both worlds aren't present, nothing will grow. It's the same at the spiritual level. If Abraham and what he represents were not present, the world of above would not spill over into the world of below, and nothing good would be created. When the world of above and that of below are disconnected, only decrees of rigor exist, harsh decrees such as earthquakes, tsunamis, robbery, rape, everything we've already seen. But when blessings up above rain down, these decrees of rigor disappear. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Well, you'll soon realize that it isn't. All of the blessings that are elicited by the Sefirah
Chesed
will be elicited in the Sefirah Binah. Binah is even higher than...
Chesed.
But what is Binah? It's the seed of light. Similar to the seed of a male that he gives to his spouse when they have conjugal union. In spiritual terms, that seed is a seed of blessing. Well, Binah is called Kodesh HaKodashim, the Holy of Holies. That is Binah, that is, entering Kodesh HaKodashim is to connect with Binah, with the source, the seed of all blessings. So how is the seed of blessings from the Creator produced in this world? The Sefirah Binah and the Sefirah Yesod must be united. The Sefirah Binah, which is a source of spirituality and blessing, joins the Sefirah Yesod, which has to do with sexual relations, because Yesod is always linked to sexual union. The name of God of Binah is Yud He Vav He with the vowels
E O I.
The vowels
E O I.
are written like that. This is the name of God, Yud Ke Vav Ke, with the vowels,
E O I.
and it combines with the Sefirah Yesod, whose name is Shaddai. So we'll write in small letters, Shin, Dalet, Yud. It gives us Yud Shin, He Dalet, Vav Yud He. He who knows how to raise his consciousness to the level of this union. The Zohar Ha Kadosh says that man is loved in heaven and loved on earth. He is benevolent to man and benevolent to celestial beings. That man speaks
And overturn.
the divine decrees. He
Overturn.
all kinds of evil on earth. He's like a son who asks his father for something and the father can't deny him. It tells us, happy is he who knows how to make this union of Binah and Yesod, because that man will be happy in this world and will gain the world to come, Olam Haba, and will be happy in Olam Haba. As Binah represents the Shabbat, and Shabbat is Friday night and all day Saturday, those who have their conjugal union on Friday night into early Saturday morning with the consciousness of joining Yud Ke Vav Ke with the vowels
E O I.
and Shaddai, as I have just written, that man will have united Binah and Yesod, and that man is called Sadiq. It tells us the prayer of a Sadiq is never fruitless. It always reaches heaven and is always answered. That man has the power to do all that he proposes on earth. And not only does God approve of all the desires of that man, but there's also an expression in the Torah. It's in the book of Job, chapter 22, verse 28, which says of that man, you will also decree a thing, and you will succeed in whatever you choose to do, and the light will shine on the road ahead of you. And wherever that man takes that light, divine anger never appears. the Lord hid that type of light so that only the Tzaddikim could enjoy it. And that's why the Torah says in Bereshit that the Lord separated light from darkness. Darkness for the Rashaim and light for the Tzaddikim. Who are the Tzaddikim? Those who unite Binah and Yesod. Who are the Rashaim? Those who ignore this wisdom. In Psalm 31, verse 20, it says, "Oh, how abundant is your, Akadosh Baruch Hu, goodness, which you have stored up for those who fear you." Who are those that fear you, that fear God? Those who study the secrets of the Torah. It tells us those are the waters of below that call the waters of above to fertilize the earth. Remember the shiur about libido? That's it. Just like a female calls her male, because the waters of above are called male, and those of below are called female. Here, in the vocabulary of the Zohar, the angel Michael is called the bird. What did they say? Sipor? Yes, Sipor. And the opposite of angel Michael, the angel of death, was created the second day. When is the second day? It's Monday. The first day, Yom Rishon, is Sunday. The second day is Monday. That's when the angel of death was created. The angel of death tempts men, makes them fall, and then accuses them. But
God
created angel Raphael to heal the earth and all the evils and diseases that can be found there. And when it tells us that
God
created fish, the code for fish is the 70 princes of the 70 nations. When did God create fish? On the 5th day of creation. It says that Elohim created the great fish. They are
Sarim
the spiritual guides of each of the 70 nations. The people of Israel are called Nefesh Haya, a living soul. And in Bereshit it tells us, may the waters produce. What do they produce? They produce tzaddikim. Because the waters are the key to speaking of the Torah. The Torah is called mayim, water. What tzaddikim are we referring to? Those who dedicate themselves to the study of the Kabbalah, of the secret doctrine. The Zohar tells us the souls of the Israelites, of the people of Israel, are called daughters of God. They emanate directly from God. But the souls of idolatrous nations or pagans don't have the same origin. They come from the left. They are a source of impurity. Just like in circumcision, there is the glands and the foreskin. The pagans are the foreskin, and the people of Israel is the glands. That's why you have to separate the foreskin from the glands. And when in Bereshit it says that Elohim, said that he created animals according to their species, the animals, reptiles, and wild animals, it's referring to the pagans. It's not talking about animals, but midot, bad virtues. Any pagan or idolatrous nation, it tells us that they taint everything they touch. The Zohar tells us that the love of God travels through those who fear Him. What did we say it meant to fear God? This refers to those who study the secrets and are awed and amazed by the secrets of the Torah. That kind of love is what activates all the forces of creation. Here, the Zohar talks about how the Lord created man. The Zohar says, observe how the Holy One, blessed be He, created man in this world and endowed him with qualities so extraordinary that he could deserve the light in the sky. What is the light in the sky? It's having the merit of knowing the secrets of his Creator. It's a light reserved for the tzaddikim. And this gives great pleasure. What pleasure does it refer to? The pleasure of studying secret doctrines. That is, all the esotericism of the Torah. It says, anyone who devotes themselves to studying the Kabbalah every day will have the happiness of partaking in Olam Haba and have so much merit that it will be considered that he has created the world. And if the world has not been destroyed yet and still survives, it's thanks to him. That is, not only has he created it, but he is maintaining it. That is the merit of he who studies the Zohar. He's considered a creator of the world. Here it says something very beautiful. It says, the Creator created the earth with the Chokhmah. What did we say the Chokhmah was? Meditation. That is, he meditated and created the world. The power of meditation. He established the heavens through Binah. What is Binah? It's the midah of the hope God created for earth. When we lose hope, we lose Binah. And why did the Lord create earth and man? He created the earth and man merely for the merit of those who dedicate themselves to studying the Zohar. He created man only to give merit to those who study the Zohar. Why have we come to this earth? to study the Zohar. If not, He would not have created us. God would not have created the earth, heavens, the galaxies, and all of creation. It's only to do what we're doing here. The Zohar tells us, in Olam Haba, the world to come, there are two paradises. One for the Tzaddikim, and there's a higher paradise, which is for the Tzaddikim who cultivate hope. That's why the anthem of Israel is what?
Hatikva.
And what does
Hatikva.
mean? Hope. How beautiful.